Welcome back, guys. In this video we talk about money, and we're gonna talk about how do you actually free yourself from certain belief, from certain story, from those subconscious blocks that we have that are preventing our ability to manifest, to create, to break through a certain ceiling, a certain number of money, keeping us in scarcity, keeping us in a place where we don't want to be anymore. And this is a question I get asked a lot, because a lot of people want to just create more abundance, more money. And let's be honest, money is one of the most important relationships that we have in life, right? And we may not like it, we may not like call it a relationship, we may not even be aware that we have this relationship. But because money is so needed to do about anything and everything in your life, it's so deeply entangled, and we have so much subconscious association regard to money. So shifting your relationship with money is one of the most important things that you can do to transform the quality of your life. But this is not something you can simply bandage your way out of it. This is not something you can simply affirm your way out of this. No matter how much you've tried, you probably found that okay, you can get some extra money, extra wins, but at some point people just get back in that comfort, nice, automatic ceiling of making a certain amount of money. And to break through that, a lot of people struggle. And the main reason is because of those subconscious associations that are deeply buried, because money is a loaded subject for a lot of people, for society at large. Money is a big loaded subject. So the point really is this: as long as you cannot feel safe, really deeply safe in your gut around making and having more money. Let's say you are in a certain place, so you can say that this is your baseline, this is where you feel comfortable, safe with the amount of money that you have. Yeah. And so let's say you want to double that, you want to go to 10K a month or more, whatever it may be, but you not being able to go through that ceiling. It means that on some level you have certain needs, subconscious needs, that are in direct conflict with getting that goal. And it might sound like silly, because why would I have conflict with making more money? Because I feel like it would solve a lot of my problems. But doesn't matter, because what you hold consciously is often very different than what you feel and hold subconsciously. One of my deepest beliefs around money was more money equal more problem. Now, can you see how much this will be a weight in terms of achieving a certain number, in terms of making really more money, not just like randomly, right, but consistently? More money equal more problem. Now you can be sure that your subconscious mind, whose priority number one is to keep you safe, will not go for it. So you'll keep in a place that feels comfortable, that feels safe. And so if you want to go consistently to that next level, it's got to be feeling safe at the subconscious level, meaning when you have it, when you receive it, when you ask for it, when you spend it, when you give it, when you invest it, on all levels, having that kind of wealth must feel safe. And also it must not prevent you on a subconscious level from getting some of your other deepest need. Because here's something that is fundamentally important for you to understand. Your subconscious mind, like I said, is wired to keep you safe, is wired to keep you away from everything that threatens you getting your biggest needs met. What are those needs? Often enough, those needs are love, feeling worthy, feeling good enough, feeling validated, something along those lines, right? Everybody's a bit different, but those are usually some of the deep main needs that we have. Now the challenge, if you have any form of negative association toward money that threatens one of those or all of those needs, you're gonna have a direct inner conflict, and you're gonna have a direct subconscious block, meaning you're gonna procrastinate, you're gonna have all those, you're gonna sabotage basically your own conscious desire of creating more money in your life. I'm gonna give you an example. In my own personal life, when I was about, I think I was 6 or nearly 7 years old, me and my brother were walking to school. Okay, and as we were getting close to the school, we got pulled by two bigger boys, and they were a couple of years older. So at that age they appear massive, and we got bullied into them asking us basically for money. But of course we didn't have any freaking money, so they said like tomorrow at lunch and so on, bring us some money, because they wanted to buy whatever the fuck they wanted to buy, right? And so how does a 6 years old feel in that situation? Unsafe, scared, wondering what the fuck is happening and so on. And so eventually, my mom noticed that something's weird, something's happening, right? And got that answer out of us. And she dealt with the situation. But can you see how this can leave a subconscious mark that money equals more problem, that money is unsafe, that money will create problems? So in that simple example, right, in a simple experience that happened so long ago, can really shape and leave residue and blocks, because your mind is just trying to protect you, is just trying to keep you safe. So if it perceives money as being something negative for you, or something that will cost you, or something that will threaten you in a certain way, it will hit the brake pedal and you'll go nowhere. And you might be frustrated not understanding this. I'll give you another example, very classic, okay? One of the parents is working hard to provide for the family, so spending a lot of time at work, working extra hours or handling the business just to be able to provide for the family, for the daughter and the boy or whatever it may be, right? Now, the kid feels like, I'm not getting enough love from my dad, I'm not getting enough time with my dad. So subconsciously, one of the associations that often gets created is that money or love, but you cannot have both. Now, imagine later in life, you have a choice where you want to make more money, but at the same time, subconsciously, you feel like if I make too much money, I lose the love, or I won't be able to have love, which is also one of our deepest needs. And you have that conflict, and boom, you choose probably love. Now, of course, I'm simplifying this a little bit for you to really understand how those associations at the subconscious level can really prevent us from getting to that next level of money, from getting to that next level of financial abundance consistently. And so you have to start looking between yourself. What are those deep associations that you have, right? Because maybe you grew up in a family that tells you that you shouldn't even want more money. It's not godly, it's not good, it's not humble, it's not the right thing to do. So you feel like you have a lot of guilt or a lot of shame toward getting there, right? And you feel like, okay, if I get that amount of money, or if I make a certain amount of money, people will reject me, people will leave me, I will be, a bad person or something like that. And boom, hitting the brakes again. So we have so many of those associations. And on top of that, you can add all the common beliefs that money is bad and the root of all evil, and rich people are greedy and people are gonna leave you, and never tell people you got money. All those associations, what do they do and how do they shape the relationship that you have with money? If you sit down in meditation and if you really be honest and you really ask your mind for the truth, how do I really feel about money? How do I really feel about getting rich? And if you just connect to whatever first comes into your body, in a sensation, not the thought, but in a sensation, if that sensation is fear or is a form of contraction, I guarantee you that you have a lot of cleanup to do. Because as long as that contraction is there, as long as you feel unsafe, as long as you feel fear, as long as you feel like something there, it directly shows you what your body, what your subconscious mind holds in regards to money. So then you have to look at this and take responsibility. If I'm holding this, no wonder I'm not creating that, or I'm not going all the way there. So getting that awareness of simply looking at what are some of my biggest needs and what are some of the associations that I have regarding money that make me feel like threatened or unsafe or negative toward getting that form of money. It's not rocket science. It's not something that you have to spend years to get through. Usually the answer is very straightforward. If you simply look at what are your biggest goals and you ask yourself, how would I feel? What would it do for me when I get that thing? Usually you'll get a feeling. You'll get like, I feel good about myself. I feel loved. I feel secure. I feel free. Yeah? That means that this is one of your deep needs, because you're trying to chase that so much in the external world, right? That's what you project. So you ask yourself in your past, especially when you were much younger, as a kid or as a teenager, what was it around money? Is there any story or any belief or any event that threatened that need? And then you can look at your story and you'll see usually the pattern. If the pattern is still happening today, meaning it started a long time ago. And so if you simply look at the pattern, you'll find exactly where it started, more or less. But what's really just important here is to first become aware of this. Just like I become aware that more money equal more problem. Now, as long as I kept that belief subconsciously, as long as I kept that as being the truth, you can see very clearly how I would do everything I can to avoid more problems, right? So we gotta become very congruent subconsciously. And so this is not something that more affirmation or more books or more things, band-aid solution will really solve. If you really wanna break through that ceiling, you're gonna bring that it's safe for me to have and to get and to generate and to spend that kind of money. Because anything around that, even being seen, especially being seen around with that kind of money, must feel safe and feel okay at the subconscious level, meaning in your body. So I hope this video makes sense, guys, because I strongly invite you, if you feel like you've been hitting a certain ceiling and not breaking through a certain financial position or situation, then it absolutely means, in my personal experience, I guarantee you that you still have big subconscious blocks, meaning things that makes you feel like money is not safe, things that threatens you. If you were to get more money in a certain way, it will threaten you in some of your needs or your ability to receive love, or it will make you feel ashamed, or it will make you feel unsafe, or whatever those needs may be. I guarantee you that if you look there with honesty, you will find the pattern very clearly. And if you can work on that and heal that and make yourself feel safe in receiving the amount of money that you want, now you create congruency and alignment. And I guarantee you from there, it just opens up for you to bridge that gap. Let me know what you think down in the comments, guys. If you have any question, write them down in the comments. I will see you in my next video. Be well, and make sure you hit that subscribe button.